Guess who just came back from eating 2 bananas from the fruit bowl? Welcome back to you, baby dolls. Let me give you some bull market insight. Now, I'm going to show you some characters. Some you might like, some you might dislike. It's all the same to me. Okay, you have to separate yourself from everything around you and judgment. You have to. You are Mike Tyson. You're like me. We step into the ring and then another body walks into the ring. It doesn't matter. So in that moment, yes, they got a family. Yes, they have opinions. They might even donate to charity. It doesn't matter. There's a scoreboard. You're here to knock everyone out. That's how you have to think about it. Let me prepare you, okay? So there will be many bear cuck characters that get totally embarrassed in this bull market. Do you want some insight how this is going to play out? It's not just the prices, friends. The prices, that is half the story. I guess that's the thing that we all care about. Yes, 100% true, but there is a story of how the cyclical forces play out and how the crowd moves into the mania on the way up. With every push that we go up, we get stronger, we get more vicious in the bull market, and the bull's horns come out, moo! And they get very, very sharp. You can even see this play out in the 2017 bull market. Every time we came back, dip, come back, dip, come back, dip. Whoa! Okay. Now, if you just like watch it, you're just seeing prices go up and people start cheering. But I think it's interesting that people, despite knowing about cycles and not buying high, they go end up doing it anyway. And they just let themselves get completely consumed by everything that goes on in the mania. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this Wall Street cheat sheet, but specifically, we're going to focus on what we expect next in this bull market, friends. So I believe Bitcoin cracking 100K-ish, we're going to really finally bring in the true optimism phase, okay, where we go, this rally is real. This rally is real. Trump. Oh my gosh, he's actually going to do it. Oh, right. Belief comes next. Time to get fully invested. We go, well, Trump said he's going to buy the altcoins with the government wallet. It's time to literally get fully invested. You see, that's the next part. Then we get into thrill, where people realize, oh, because what people do is they go, oh, now that we've gone up, they say, okay, now that we believe, even though they won't know they believe, they say, now that we know, wink, wink, that prices can't come down because Trump has our back, now we can actually do leverage. That's what happens, okay? And then we actually go into euphoria. You see, that's how we make it to the top. Now, I'm going to continue talking to you about these bear cuck characters. So, you see them like bosses, friends. Every action RPG you've played, could be Diablo, could be some Super Mario, friends. There's levels, there's bosses. The boss levels increase over time, they get more difficult. And it gets tougher. Okay, that's how you have to see this market. Now, I don't know why this happens. It's just a phenomena of markets. There are always doubters. Someone say doubt with a B. Just people who are like so nihilistic. They're either too rich, or they just don't care enough, or they're too old. They're boomers. They just don't get it. They're the stock market world. Some of them, and many people, friends, they just don't get it anymore. They've been grifting for a long time. They got an audience. They're making money, either pump and dumps, ICOs, selling services, snake oil, whatever it is, selling all types of trash that people think is high value. But what they've been doing is they've been funneling money into this person's wallet, and they take money, they extract out of crypto. They go either leave it in Bitcoin, or they go buy Miami property. They go buy random units and real estate. They go put it into the stock market. So it's very unfortunate that there's hundreds of thousands of people who are plagued by this, and they have no idea what's going on. But it is what it is, you know. It's a marketplace. There's plenty of demand for people to sit in the hotel cuck chair. Okay, so that's where it all comes from. And I want you to have that perspective, because when you are living in the moment, when sometimes a person is right about a one thing, you don't see that. What you see is you see a genius. You see someone who's right, someone who's amazing, someone who could fit the story. And what you don't know is you're about to get cucked. Okay, what you don't know is it's pretty much a coin toss, and that person's edge diminishes over time. That's why, friends, I get asked literally every day, what's your price target, Sommi? How high are we going? And I'm like, bro, I could literally make a story for minus 90% lower from here. I can make a story for 10x higher than here, 100x, 300x. I can make any story. Okay, I don't know. I don't even care. Okay, the market giveth, the market taketh. Yeah, you're like asking me, hey, you know, in exactly 458 days, you reckon it's going to be 23 degrees or 24 degrees? You know, like that's what it is. Now, these bear cuck characters, they will get totally embarrassed in the bull market. And I don't know why, but like, it's kind of like the seasoned writers, they have to write bear cucks into the story. It's like, I'm always wondering, like, how is there anybody bearish? Trust me, there's always someone bearish. And they're bearish on the first green monthly candle. They just appear out of nowhere, you know? When they get it wrong in each leg, people will remind them publicly of how pathetic they are to be bearish. So you're going to see this. So I'm here to show you and tell you. Okay, friends, highest value content in crypto. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Begging for a pegging. These characters, right, they will be reminded by the crowd. Because I want you to understand that, okay, see, friends, when we see this cycle, you think, oh, I just buy low, I just sell high. Yeah, no, yeah. But it's deeper, man. It goes deep. That's what she said. Family-friendly show. Okay, deep into the bowl of ice cream because we're hungry. When we're looking at this cycle, you don't just teleport from I hate everybody and I want to end my own existence to yay, jelly beans and handstands and glitter. We've won. Okay, it looks like you teleport on a chart. You don't actually teleport. There's stories. You progress. Okay, you beat the first boss, the second boss, the third boss, the fourth boss, and you're killing bears each time. And then the bear market will start when you kill the final bear, as I've explained to you. Just like, friends, remember, your friend Sommi, his specialty, I told you back in 2022, we killed the final bull. Who was the final bull? That Martini Gimp. Okay, so we killed that Martini Gimp because for like 2 years, he had up arrows, up every single day. When we finally came on the FTX collapse, it was the first time he said, you know what, we might actually go down first, but then go up. And I was like, oh my gosh, we killed you. We actually got you to draw a down arrow. And he was the final person. There was 28 influencers. He was the last man standing, the last person bullish. And then he finally was like, okay, now that we're 15K, we'll probably go down to 11 or 12 or 13, but then we go up, and that was it. That was it. We never did. Interesting, right? So that's when the bull market started, when you killed the final bull. No more bulls left. Yeah, and I was just standing there and I said, oh my gosh, there's literally zero reasons to be bullish. I guess the bull market starts. And it did. So it's going to be the opposite of that on the top, where we kill the final bear. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine the price is going down from here. I can't even make a bearish case. That's going to be the top. So their track records of these people continuously being bearish, their track record will look horrible. That's what happens, okay? Because what happens is the crowd, they see these people with ever so increasingly terrible track records. The people are going to go, oh my gosh, you said Bitcoin dominance was going to go this. You said Bitcoin Ethereum were going to crash here. You said this year, you faded this altcoin. You called Cardano trash or XRP trash. Wrong. So they keep building. So then what happens is they're used as fuel for the crowd. And the crowd's like, yes, I want to back a winner. And everyone's like, look at that loser. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Come here. That's what happens, right? You will even see people get violently angry, and they will label these bearish people as thieves who are robbing people of missed opportunity cost to make money. So I'm going to show you some characters. Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. Like, you don't want to be in that spotlight, because that 100% that's happening. If you draw a down arrow, people will interpret that as you want them to get poor. And what ends up happening is when they get it wrong, people will then come back and say, you cost people money. You're a thief. You should be in jail. People are losing because of you. They're losing. They have lost money. They have money missing in their account because you thief, cost everyone. You've been hiding information from people because you're greedy. You make money in other places. Yeah, friends, you're going to see this is the true emotion of the bull, the raging bull. This is actually what a bull... what we're about to see, this story of how it plays out, this is what you live for. It can become chaotic. You see a different side of people, and then we build into greed. Okay, not Dave Portnoy's greed, actually the real greed emotion. So here we have Ben Copen. Ethereum finally going home. So he obviously has a $700 target for Ethereum. And of course, friends, famously, he's like always said, Ethereum's going home. Ethereum's going home. And what you actually witness is when you just like put up the chart and you're looking at Ethereum, I know it was always a log chart. It's always like, you're going to go home. You're going to go home to, I remember like $500. No, now you're going to go home. 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 Down, down, down. You're going down and down all the time. So eventually, this is what happens, friends. Remember, there's no, I have no ego. You're not meant to have an ego, friends. Just separate yourself from this, okay? We're watching a movie. You're sitting on the seat. I know, like, you know, the director of the movie, they're trying to make you hate the villain. But you got to have this perspective like, oh, that villain's a good actor. Yeah? Or like, oh, I really feel something for that villain. I really want to kill him. But you know, you're like, oh, I'm aware that the director's using music and they're cutting and they're putting scenes with this and then they're just making the person look evil. Like, I really want to kill them myself. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Okay, but you can't let yourself get really worked up. Okay? Because you have to be like an assassin, friends. So you have like just people replying, right? Home was $500 a few years ago, but then Copen thought Ethereum can't get that to that home. So now the new address is $1,200. I bet we won't get there. So Copen will keep making homecoming videos because he wants to nail down the bottom. So they start as snarky things like that. And then as the price goes up, you'll see like more extravagant representations of this. And people just go to the easiest targets, the biggest number KOLs. Yeah, because the thing is, the highest follower count KOLs, they're gatekeepers because they have a large following and people are thinking to their minds, hey, if you just talk about my coin all the day and you stop being a bearish little bitch, my coins would go up and we'd all win. That's how people come in new friends. That's how they think. You know, that's how they think. They don't think like, oh, why don't you go make your own channel? Why don't you go do the work? Why don't you go amass all those followers? They don't, but you can't rationalize with these people. You say you have a conversation with one person, doesn't matter. In like literally 15 seconds, 100 new people are entering the door in the bull market and they're coming and yelling at you because they've heard a rumor out there that, you know, you've been gatekeeping stuff. It becomes a mania, okay? So they will even cite things. So the crowd will cite things from the bear influencers past. Maybe they were selling snake oil. Maybe they're just grifting in general. So they'll bring out stuff like, oh, you've been making $500,000 a month. So like, yeah, I think, yeah, some of these VIP subscriptions for these people, friends, they're really, really, really going to get tested. Like it's going to get hot for them. But guess what? You know, at least they've already made a lot of money. So they don't really give a shit. It's just ego and pride now. So you're going to see people, they're going to get out the calculator and they're like, wait a minute. Hey, you've been collecting $8 million a year to tell people how to lose money. Wow, what a grift. You're a snake oil salesman. That's all going to come out. Yeah, that's all going to come out. The fangs are going to come out, the real fangs. That's bull market stuff, right? And then eventually it will snowball out of control. The bear influencers will become too ashamed to draw downwards pointing arrows on their charts. So yes, that will actually happen. I know you're like, wait, Sommi, you're telling me that, friends, I'm not joking, okay? I'm not joking. There will be a part, all right, in this bull market, there will be a part where anyone who does this, they will be too scared to draw that. I promise you. They will literally be too scared to draw a downward arrow. They will be too scared. The subscribers will take a hit. Their money starts taking a hit. They get embarrassed, public shame. Yeah, so they shut their mouths. Yeah. When they all shut their mouths, there's no signal, but then you and I have to be aware and go, wait a minute. All the bears have been embarrassed. There's nobody bearish. We must be near the top. Do you get it now? But there's no one who comes out because, friends, crypto ban. So Randy Boo's not going to come out and say, hey guys, everyone is bullish. It's time to get bearish. He's not going to come and say that. They're going to try to. They're going to get it wrong because there's a lot at stake. Because everyone's got insider friends and they're like, man, I can't really draw a downward arrow because that means that guy I know, he's got $40 million of this, you know, Solana VC unlocks. I'm saying he's going to have $20 million less in 3 months. You know that, so they don't say that because drawing a downward arrow is almost like you're trying to manifest pain in my life. And yeah, been 4 years in the making, friends. I've been here every single minute of the day. In these extreme moments, the crowd will eventually become turbo bullish and reach the emotional state of euphoria. So if I showed you the Wall Street cheat sheet, you don't just teleport there. It looks like it on the chart, but you work your way up there, okay? You go up and then anxiety. You go up and then anxiety. You go up and anxiety. So the anxiety is these influencers keep coming out. They draw the down arrow. They go, yes, Ethereum, you're going home to $400. You're going up to Bitcoin dominance 75,000%. Ah! They keep doing that and they keep getting embarrassed over and over and over again. And then it's just like, why are you slapping yourself? Why are you slapping? Stop slapping yourself. Why are you slapping yourself? That's what it's eventually going to be like that. You're going to see that like, wow, what an idiot. What an idiot. You're going to see the magnificent bull come out here. And then you're probably going to wonder to yourself, why don't they just get bullish? And you realize, friends, the emperor has no clothes. A lot of these people are just total frauds. They either fluked it. You've been subscribing to them and just giving them money. Friends, I'm not going to call some people out because I kind of should, but there's some people in the crypto industry, some of them get on podcasts, popular, famous, go, look, bro, they're not making their money off long-term holding. They're making their money off their subscriptions, all of them. And what they'll do is, they'll push, when people put the spotlight on them, they go, oh, I'm not one of those dirty altcoiners. So what they do is they're just grifting in another way. But is it really grifting? Because people are happy to pay the service. It is what it is. Like, I don't see it like that, friends. It's kind of like, okay, okay, you and I, we're soccer players on a field. Now, the other team wants to score goals against us, right? Does it really matter whether you see the other team as good people or bad people? It doesn't really matter. The concept is still the same. They are preventing us from the championship. We must score goals. We must defend against them trying to put the ball in the back of our net. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you think. So it doesn't matter, oh, this KOL smiles to you while he robs you. This one smiles to you while he tells you to avoid these altcoins that are cheap. This one smiles to you while he tells you to go onto Bitcoin only and then shills like leverage trading. It doesn't matter, friends. Big smiles, white veneer. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Who the hell cares? You're looking for edge. You get it? Now, I'm showing you some very esoteric, very niche, top 1%, even top 0.1% type of thinking to navigate this, okay? The crowd just won't get it because you and I, we're going to get dwarfed by millions of people coming in, okay? They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. Okay, but that's how they get to euphoria. In euphoria, all bear cucks will finally be defeated. And in this moment, we will have the most dangerous time to be long. So, I mean, look at this. It's starting already, right? Look at this guy. Don't forget these two were bearish at the Pico bottom. Okay, $79,000 BTC, bearish. So this is Ansoy. I think it's school photo. I don't know who this guy is. I do not know who he is. Everyone's been making fun. But I'm just showing you it's already started. See? It's already started, friends. See? Look at this one. I showed you Copen and this guy's replying. It's already started. It's already started. In this moment of euphoria, the bear market's actually beginning. We're not there yet. See all these characters? All these characters, friends. There's a lot of just basically like, I just don't know why. It's like people's like seasonal riders. They're like, okay, we need someone to step up as a team and just be bearish cucks for everyone to hate as we go up. It's got to get filled. It's got to get filled. It's just wild, man. Trust me. People come up, they fill the role. Uncle Peter Schiff is part of the furniture, but they fit up the role. You'll be surprised. Like, bro, how can you fit up the role, man? Do you understand what? Do you understand others' BTC is really low? Do you understand Donald Trump and the double bubble alt season prophecy? Do you understand what a white swan is? They're smart, they understand, but they don't want to understand. Why? Because they're too rich. That's it. You'll notice a common theme. They've made their money elsewhere. And they're preventing you with something else. So now they're just here to show their face and get pride. And just boost reputation points, you know? Uncle Peter Schiff made all his money in gold. Or even Diddy. Well, he's selling his management fund. You see? Arthur Hayes made all his money arbitraging Bitcoin 2013. You see? And then liquidating everybody on BitMEX Leverage Exchange. So there's you go through every single person. Yeah, they're characters because they made a lot in one way. So you and I, though, you got to remember the edge that these people use to make a lot of money it's not appropriate for me and you. We got to look at the future. That's why it's a hard game, isn't it? It's a hard game. But that's why you have a perspective of like, okay, yeah, there is a game of the future that you're looking for as well. But it's interesting to think about, why do these people have that perspective? Because, chat fans, what you'll notice is when you find the bear cuck, it's always going to be a smart person. Mark my words. It's always a smart person. High grades at school, genius, billionaire, really smart, can do like math equations. It's always a smart person. Bears sound real smart. You're going to find, though, the most tardiest of bull tardios, they're the ones who are just going to be like, you know what? I know we're up like 13x, but you still hate us, so we're going to go up another 3x. That type of attitude gets you closer to the bulk of the move. It does. It gets you like more pain in a bear market, but that's bear market. Cycles. Right now, we're witnessing there, friends, learn from these bear cucks. You will eventually see that nobody will dare to be bearish as we pump to the sky. Martin Shkreli is actively getting short on leverage, so he will be swiftly shredded by the bull's horns. So this is Martin Shkreli bragging when the prices were going down. Him in jail. Just a reminder of who you're trucking with. And I replied, open long, open long, open long, open long. Here he is, his little open short about to get desecrated. He's going to need a walking stick later on. So that's it. That's pretty much it, friends. So characters appear, they beep. Don't take it too seriously. You don't say, oh, you're a good person or you're a bad person. Like, you're in the soccer field, man. NFL, tennis, pick a sport. Is the other person good or bad? It's not about that. It's a game. It's a game. They're an obstacle. That's what it is. That's what it is. And the crowd will get more angry and violent as these things go up more. Because if you have a counter narrative, you drawing a down arrow, okay, it'll piss everyone off. It'll start to really enrage them. Okay? Trust me, you're going to see that. You don't have to trust me. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. So you and I, friends, you and I
Bring the beat back.
Are going to crank it. Now, despite all this, we still have to know how on earth we're going to navigate a cycle with so many variables like this and all these characters, and how do we put all of it together? Well, it's very simple, friends. Just wait until Mr. Market, as Warren Buffett calls him, gives you some really, really expensive prices. That's it. Just wait. How expensive? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait. Okay? All these people, all these bears, as long as, and look, what you'll find is you will worry, there will be anxiety, but we will look back in the next bear market. We'll look back at these times, and I will be saying simple comments like, as long as there were bearish cuck influencers in front of your face, you had no reason to be worried. That's what it's going to come down to. You're like, oh, you can name like, oh, Arthur wrote a bad article, or Ansor is bearish. Dan Held is writing shit about Pulse Chain being trash, and Richard Hart. Like, as long as they're in your face and you're pissed off, that's like a reason to stay long the whole time. Because when they finally lay down their weapons, friends, they're looking at a brick wall and they're just like, man, I just can't hit this anymore. I'm going to crack my arm. It's over. It's over. And they will capitulate. Some of them, they're just going to FOMO buy. Some of them, okay? Maybe they'll make it very, very nice and crispy clear for us to know that they're FOMO buying, Not all of them will, but they will capitulate. You'll see. There'll be some weird, like, pseudo homo Twinkie essays about like just worshipping things. Like you'll see some weird stuff. When people get emotional onto that Euphoria. Yeah, man. Just imagine like a really sweaty music festival. People, they're not normal humans, like people will do stuff. Like, I know you can't imagine it now because you have so much pain and rationality out here, but like, think about the past 100 years, friends. We invented how much technology, AI, internet, robots, Elon Musk and rockets. and like all these recessions and oil spikes and nuclear bombs. And guess what? Cycles played out every single time. The crowd got super euphoric at the top. So that's what we're building towards, Finn. So these bearish cuck influences that are going to appear, they're great. I like them. The fact that we can see them, because you can track them. You can track them. Wait for them to capitulate. When they're all done, then we're going to have another conversation. But until that moment, you're my friend. Like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.